Today we're going to talk about the heavy metal being sent to Ukraine. Ukraine has been asking for modern Western tanks since the beginning of the war. Your top choices are the German Leopard 2 and American M1A1 Abrams. This announcement came out after the infantry fighting vehicle was posted, so I'm sticking in here with the tanks. Sweden has promised to send 50 of their CV-90 infantry fighting vehicles. This has a crew of 3 and room for 7 to 8 soldiers in the rear. Armament is either a 40mm Bofors L70 autocannon or a 35mm 50 Bushmaster autocannon. Depends on the model. It also comes with a 7.62mm KSP M39 machine gun and 6 76mm grenade launchers. Its armor provides all-around protection against up to 14.5mm armor-piercing rounds. All CV-90s are fitted with a spall liner which covers all the interior surfaces. It is also fitted with a nuclear, biological, and chemical filtration system accompanied by a chemical detector and radiation detector. The CV-90 was designed for fighting in Sweden's northern forests, so it should be right at home in the woodlands of eastern Ukraine. The first fairly modern tanks that were sent to Ukraine were the M55S from Slovenia. They sent a total of 28, which is 2 companies' worth. This is significantly different from its predecessor, the T-54-55. The tank received a new gun, a 105mm Royal Ordnance L7 with a thermal insulating jacket, which is one of the most successful tank guns of all time. The tower and hull were covered with additional reactive armor, which even changed the silhouette of the tank, bringing it closer to modern. The M55S received a digital ballistic computer and gun stabilization, a Fotana SGS-55 sight with a laser rangefinder, and a Fotana Comtos 55 commander sight, an improved engine and new rubber metal tracks, and even a LARD-1A laser radiation detector linked to the smoke grenade launcher. Morocco promised to send Ukraine at least 20 T-72B tanks. They are being modernized in the Czech Republic ahead of arriving in Ukraine. The new main gun, stabilizers, sights, and fire control, 9 K-120 SFIR anti-tank guided missile systems, additional armor including 20mm of applique armor in the front of the hull, improved composites in the turret armor, and an improved 840 horsepower diesel engine. The U.S. is sending Ukraine at least 30 M1A1 Abrams tanks, the ones they've wanted the most. Has a crew of 4 with the armament of a 120mm L44 M256A1 smoothbore cannon with 40 rounds. It has a 50 caliber machine gun with 900 rounds and 2 7.6mm M240 machine guns with 10,400 rounds. One is pintle mounted and one is coaxial mounted. It has a Honeywell AG1500 multi-fuel turbine engine which produces 1,500 horsepower. Turret and hull are protected by second generation Chobham armor. Besides the M1 tank, the United States has committed to sending 8 M88A2 Hercules heavy equipment recovery combat utility lifting extraction vehicles, otherwise known as tank retrievers. It has a crew of 3 and room for 4 passengers. It has a Continental AVDS-1790-8CR V12 air-cooled twin-turbo diesel engine. The M88A2 has upgraded armor protection including track skirts and applique armor. Armament is a single M2 50 caliber heavy machine gun with 1,300 rounds. The M88's main role is to repair or replace damaged parts in fighting vehicles while under fire, as well as extricate vehicles that have become bogged down or entangled. The main winch of the M88A2 is capable of a 70-ton single-line recovery. The A-frame boom of the A2 can lift 35 tons. The M88 employs an auxiliary power unit to provide auxiliary electrical and hydraulic power when the main engine is not in operation. Britain is sending at least 14 Challenger 2 main battle tanks. Has a crew of 4. Armament is a 120mm rifled 55 caliber long L30A1 tank gun. It has a coaxial mounted 7.62 L94A1 chain gun and a 7.62mm L37A2 on a pintle at the operator loader's hatch. The engine is a Perkins CV12 6A V12 26.1 liter diesel, which is 1,590 cubic inch, and it produces 1,200 brake horsepower. Turret and hull are protected by second generation Chobham armor. After Germany's approval, various countries are sending at least 84 Leopard 2 main battle tanks to Ukraine. It has a crew of 4. Armament is 120 millimeter smoothbore cannon. It has 2 7.62 millimeter MG3A machine guns with 4,750 rounds. The engine is an MTU MB873KA501 liquid-cooled V12 twin-turbo diesel engine, which produces 1,479 horsepower at 2,600 RPM. The Leopard uses spaced multiple-layer armor throughout the design. That rounds out the heavy metal being sent to Ukraine. Thank you for watching.